Hi guys. Hey. There'll be someone laughing at the background.
Yeah, we have an audience.
Hi, meet Frankie. Frankie met Mo and fell in love. Little did they know, more joy was on the way. Lexi was born.
And Kai.
This is our love story. Welcome to AlphaBeta. It's more than just family.
I have Sharon, Mwangi. Oh my god, yeah. So say hi to the people, tell them your channel, what you do and everything, yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Sharon Mwangi. I'm a YouTuber just like Maureen. I'm also, I guess, I'm just basically a digital content creator.
Yeah.
So everything that Maureen does, I also do.
Yeah.
I also have a column on the Sunday Nation where I write about fashion. So check that out every Sunday. What else do I do? I think that's it basically.
No, you go to school.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm also doing my master's in psychology.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting.
Yes. Yeah. It's so funny, Sharon, because beginning of this year, I wanted to take a course in psychology, but I wasn't so sure. I even like almost made an application in University of Nairobi, and then I don't know, something happened and everything. But I actually really do want to do psychology to go with my law degree. Anyway, story for another day. I'm still my voice still sounds very different, sexy, right? And I still have this bandage thanks to cooking for those people, those ones you know them. Yeah. And today we want to discuss a very interesting topic that we have not been discussing a lot. Maybe you've never seen this on AlphaBeta, but the whole idea that why we came up with this was because Sharon and I were in this place and we got to talk a bit and we realized, wow, Maureen, Sharon, I think we need to talk about something. This last year Sharon had shared her experience on this particular topic, which by now you know because it could be on the
title of the video.
Title of the video. But basically it matters mental health, but because there are different kinds of mental health, but depression in particular. There's a lot of women like us who are walking around looking all fabulous, being out there doing our thing, but we really struggle with matters depression, and I think it's about time we start speaking because of the stigma that comes with it from the society. And we had not planned really on how to go about this, but I think I can let Sharon start maybe with her experience and how it's been so far. I mean, in terms of recovery and all that. Yay!
So basically, I've shared this video on my channel, but just to give you a rundown, the first time I knew I was depressed was in 2019, so 2017. Around October 2017, I had gone through a really bad breakup. Long story short, he left me to go back to his ex. And this is someone that I like. My parents knew about him. He had met my brother. All my friends loved him. I loved him. We thought, yani, everyone was like, you know what, Sharon, this is it for you, girl. Like, we're getting married. When is the wed? Like, all of us had, like, we knew this was it for me, you know, because I've had really bad experiences with relationships. So and he was lovely. He's still lovely. He's actually still my friend. Anyway, I digress. So I went through that breakup. It was really bad, and it got to a point where I was like, this is not just sadness for a breakup, because you know, after a breakup you're sad. You know, you cry, you're sad. I was like, no, there's something wrong somewhere, because I would cry every day. I was working then, I had a 9 to 5, so I would get home and just go to the shower and cry and cry and cry. and that went on for over a month.
Basically a never-ending
sadness.
Yeah.
I was just constantly sad. So my friends at work obviously noticed, so they would try to cheer me up, take me for lunch, like, you know,
happy.
like just try to, like, you know, we know this breakup is hard for you, whatever. So, you know, they really tried, but then I was just like constantly in my thoughts. I was constantly in my thoughts, just like asking myself questions, asking God questions, and I was completely hopeless. Like, I had
like feeling of emptiness.
Yeah, I was just empty. I was sad, I was empty, I was just feeling hopeless, worthless, like you ain't shit. Do we curse on this?
Oh yeah.
Bring it on.
Sorry, I
just
had
had to.
under 15.
Yeah, I just had to make sure. Then I realized, like, looking back, I realized that a year before that I had actually been in the same state again, but I wasn't aware. So I went through something else before, like the year before, which is now 2016, and that one was even worse because I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't shower, I couldn't eat. My friends would have to bring me food just to make sure that I've eaten. I would never leave my house. I would just sit in my house and sit in my bed and stare at nothing the whole day. I never went to class. I think I only went to one class because it was a psychology class, so I really enjoyed it. So that's the only class I used to go for. I got really bad grades, and then got to a point where I started coping with alcohol. And I'm not really an alcohol person, but then I was constantly drinking, and I would drink the cheap stuff because that makes you high faster. And I want to be high right now, like I'm not trying to like chit chat with people. So I would drink, like, I just buy 2 quarters and just drink. Just so I'm constantly high and not in my thoughts.
It's true.
But then somehow I got out of it. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I got out of it. So now fast forward to now 2017, when it happened the second time, when I had my second episode. That's when I was like, okay, there's a problem here. So because I had a job, I had to leave my house and go. So I had no option, but I would basically do nothing at work. Like, I would just sit there and the light keeps changing because we're using natural light, so like, bear with us. It was just a really, really hard time. So I started like reading on it, and I was like, you know what, I could be depressed, you know, but I didn't want to embrace actually I'm depressed.
I think
just like
it's because of that stigma.
I was like, depression is such a big thing to say, so I didn't want to say that. So I remember I got home one day and I was just tired of living. So I went down on my knees and I started crying, and I started praying, and I hadn't prayed in a long time because I was angry at God. I was like, God, why are you letting me go through this again, like another breakup, you know? I don't even know if that was on my knees or I was just lying on the floor of my bedroom in my mother's house, and I cried and I was like, God, I'm tired, like I'm tired of living, so take me or take the pain away. Like, either or, because I don't want to live anymore and be in this pain, or just take the pain away, you know. And I cried for at least an hour just on the floor crying. And you know, it's those cries, yani, you don't even, it's painful, it's so painful. And I remember like suddenly feeling light, like I just felt like there was something lifted off my shoulders. So I just slept, and then you know, the next day it wasn't, because every day when I'd wake up, I'd dread waking up. I'd be like, ugh, we have to do this again. Like, do I really have to live this life another day, you know? So the next day I was like, okay, I'm still here. Let me go to work, let me do what I need to do, whatever. And then I just started becoming more aware of my emotions, becoming more aware of myself.
Yeah.
So I went through a whole journey of self-improvement and self-awareness, and I sought therapy and a lot of prayer. I think that's where my relationship with God, I can say that's where it actually now began.
Okay.
Because like if I tell you where God has removed me, like the darkness, wow, like I'm even getting teary.
Oh, come here, don't get teary.
Because I cried in my video, so I'm like, I don't want to cry again. Anyway, so when I just think about like the darkness, that because I felt like I was in darkness. So
you literally just existing.
Yeah, I was just existing.
Yeah.
So when I think about the darkness that God has brought me out of, honestly, I'm just so grateful. Because even the first time it happened, I remember, because I had no relationship with God, so there was no one I cried to or whatever. So I did take like sleeping pills, and I like took a lot of them, hoping that I would sleep and not wake up.
Right.
But yeah, clearly I'm here, so
That was not happening.
that did happen. In terms of the self-improvement, self-awareness journey when I went on afterwards, I think that's what we're gonna do for my channel. So you'll have to check out that video.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it. And then now I decided to pursue psychology just to understand myself better, and also be able to help those who have been where I was and don't think there's a way forward, because there is.
True.
It's not the end. It's only but the beginning. I feel like my life actually began then. That's when I actually started living and living intentionally. And before I was just
existing,
going with the flow.
Yeah, you put on the makeup, you show up in places, but you're empty. You're empty kind of thing.
So I think Maureen is gonna tell us her story, which honestly, when she told us about it, I was so shocked.
Like you couldn't even understand.
Maureen is the happiest, bubbliest person, the sweetest person you ever meet. I was like, really? That happened? So please tell us.
Wow, it's so funny because when I said that story, it was completely unplanned. But because it's so difficult to, especially considering where we are in the public eye, to put your guard down. But I think it's about time we spoke about these things. Because personally, I didn't even know about depression. I didn't know much of it. But I was aware. I had a bit of awareness. I knew it's a prolonged sadness and all that. Anyway, but anything else I experienced before, when I'm about to start talking about, was maybe just mood swings. Because what I experienced after, I'm telling on maybe attention seeking. But but I know I've had my moments of real dark days. Moving forward, I experienced depression, went through it, and then I learned later, in fact someone mentioned it and I was like, wait a minute, I was actually depressed. But mine is a bit different from yours, because mine came as postpartum. Came as postpartum depression after I gave birth to Lex. When I gave birth to Lex, it was just Frankie and I. We didn't have any other person to like guide us. He was a new dad, I was a brand new mom, there's a brand new baby, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, what do you do with this thing?
We do.
Yes. And for the longest time, I remember I did the same exact thing. I would wake up, hold my baby, and then I would not even open the curtains. I'll just sit there in the dark. Literally just sitting there in the dark, and this went on for days. Then at that time, you know, I'm thinking, of course you know you're not yourself, but Frankie would come and just open that door and tell me, march outside, go and take a walk. And every time I'll go take a walk, I would feel a little better. Anyway, fast forward, we were even like just joking about it, and I would even tell him, you know, after 6 months the hormones will stabilize, because I'm doing my own little research and I'm gonna be better. But I didn't, because I remember every other time we'd have fights, that's when I started having thoughts of suicide. It got so bad whereby we would fight. Maybe I didn't mention this. We would fight, and the only thing I'm thinking of is just end it all. I would just feel unworthy. I would feel like I'm not good enough, and I would feel my self-esteem was done because I've just given birth to this child. My body is new. This weight, you're trying to lose it, it just doesn't go away, and a lot of course deeply rooted issues. And it would come also with a lot of comparison, whereby I would try to compare myself with other women and all that, and losing my first life of, you know, I had a nice body, man.
You still have a nice body.
Oh well, I appreciate it now, but at that point I was transitioning between this body of being a size 8 to a size 10, 12 with a little flab. I didn't even look bad, but my head exaggerated everything. And then I'm like, God, when will I ever look good enough? Anyway, fast forward, I realized even the way I would take things was very, very different. But now my real depression came after I gave birth to baby Kai. And I knew this because from the entire time I was pregnant, I think I used to cry every single day. And it was painful cry. Now it would get to a point where now I would negotiate with God. I'm like, dude, why am I going through this? Why can't I tolerate you know, everything that's happening? And I think also because of anything that would happen in between, I would be in a state whereby every time, it was always every time we fight, because you see, Frankie is my human being who we spend 80% of the time, and you know, when you spend so much time with a person, they can either make or break you. So when he makes me, he really makes me. And then when we are in a bad place, I really break and I go a clambo to nothingness. Fast forward, I gave birth, and then I even told myself, I'm not gonna experience postpartum depression again. From 2 weeks, I was already out of the house with my stroller. Everything was set. I would go to Sarit Center, walk around, go have some nice snack somewhere, go back home, and it was actually working quite well. I was even feeling really good. But then now, real sense of unhappiness crept in, and it was so bad. And as soon as Kai stopped breastfeeding at around 5 months going on to 6, I was just like, I can't wait to taste my first glass of Amarula. It was always Amarula. And I remember, because that time, you know, there's always, I think nowadays can always order things online.
Yeah, they bring for you.
Yes, it would be at the oddest of hours. And dial a drink, man, those guys, they even knew my number. They were like, you don't have to tell us where you live. We're bringing Amarula again. And of course it was eating through my pocket. Let me tell you, Sharon, just like you, I would rely on alcohol and painkillers that would either be trying to cure a headache I always used to have, and DD. So I would take some painkillers. These painkillers I had were like the ones that will make you drowsy. So I started popping one pill, and then I'll take it with alcohol. Second pill, I'll take it with alcohol, and then it wasn't even working at some point. It stopped working. Then when I realized everything is out of control, it got to a point where by every afternoon I would actually now, because I was so embarrassed to call dial a delivery, dial a drink, because the rider knew me. It's like, this girl, and she's always opening the door with a small baby. What's going on? I started going to Sarit Center, Monty's. It's just some liquor shop down there and candy shop, and now I downgraded from Amarula to this drink called Zanzi. It's not bad at all, and I'm not encouraging you to drink, but it's like Amarula but cheaper. And I'll just grab a bottle. Do you know what I used to do? I would come home, pack, and drink the entire bottle, just sitting out there
in the car.
And every time I would drink it, I would feel so guilty afterwards, because this is what used to happen. I'll take the first few sips, then I fall back and fall asleep, maybe for half an hour, and I could even tell the activities going through, because I could feel people passing, but I didn't care. And maybe this when I started now letting baby Kaya sleeping in the afternoon, every single afternoon, Monday to Monday.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you turning into alcoholic? Why are you relying on painkillers to actually sleep? And it at some point they stopped working, because when you take more than two to three, now it does the opposite. It keeps you awake. Yeah. So I'll get palpitations. I would get proper panic attacks. And then, you know, you're trying to improve, do some things to like make your days better. And I remember one day I was trying to go to the gym. I dropped Lexi in school, and then when I was just about to take off, so I go to the gym, I got a panic attack. And at that point, you know, you're not thinking this is a panic attack, it just happens. I couldn't breathe. I opened the door, I fell outside. It was so bad. I just felt boom. And then before I knew it, I was like trying to gasp for air. And then I get back, and the first person I called is Frankie, I just got a panic attack, I can't go to the gym, I don't know what's going on. Basically I was messed up. Daytime looked like nighttime, because I would patrol that house and everyone is asleep. Maureen is just walking. So my sleeping time would be there outside in the car when after I've like, you know. And then I even stopped eating so that the alcohol can work. Yeah, because I would,
when you have nothing in your stomach.
Right. Yes. And this is towards November, December, and it was last year. It was really bad. At the same time, that's when I was like, enough is enough. So I was like, let me seek help. And then I was so tired of hearing this traditional, you know, like traditional therapy. But it so happened I was given a number of this lady. I tried to get hold of her, I couldn't. And then there's another man who was a pastor. I tried to call him, I don't know, it was just not working. Then I was like, someone introduced me to a life coach. But this happened by default. There's a post I did on Instagram and I was falling apart, and I was like, one day I'll tell my story, and people are like, hi, is she okay? And this lady reached out. They were doing like a 30-day challenge, and she challenged me, and I was like, oh, what is this about? I didn't even know. I was just going with whatever fixes me. And they were saying, oh, it's a challenge around your life. We have people on board, experts. We have a therapist, rather psychologist. We have a nutritionist. We have a fitness coach and all that, who will be able to guide you and all that. Then I was like, oh, this is a good idea. But then when I went for the first meeting, I met these wonderful women, and I feel like it's a safe space. Let me tell you, women are so amazing when they want to be, and they can break you when they don't want to be. But I felt so safe in that space, and I didn't even have to say anything I was going through. They were like, what do you want to fix in your life? And I was like, I felt so bad, because the description I gave was, I felt like a dog that has been beaten up so much, and finally the cage is open, but I'm scared of actually stepping out, because I'm scared. I don't know what's out there. I was just beaten up, and I was like, wow, I didn't even think of it until I described my situation, and I was like, this is not right. Anyway, fast forward, I met this wonderful life coach. Her name is Coach V, and she's amazing. She's not a therapist, she just guides you, because I needed to guide myself out of it. I just needed someone to shine the light for me, because I knew exactly what I wanted. And she was like, Maureen, work on these areas of your life, or rather give yourself a score. And I was giving myself 2/10, 3/10. It was so bad. Even my health was failing completely. And she was like, okay, it's all right, we're gonna work on this. And then in the process I also started sharing with people, but indirectly, maybe on my social media. I started addressing these issues of mental health. But I can say this is still, I'm still in the process of healing. But true. I have never been the same. You know that turnaround, the one after you cried, slept and woke up. Mine happened sometime in February. And I was this is last month, and it feels like a long time.
Yeah,
I'm finally leaving, you know. And I was like, hey, Apana, this can go on. And I was like, I'm gonna hit that gym. I'm gonna work on my every area of my life. It's like I'm gonna switch up the hairstyles. I'm gonna work on my finances. And 2019 came with that aspect of just trying to work on myself. So it's been a lot of things I've been doing, and even away from that. And that's why you need to now go to Sharon's channel.
Yes.
We're gonna discuss the things that we are doing that help us even on a normal day-to-day, you know, because we all have our downtime. So damn it, I made it through without crying. Yes. Because last time was just a mess. But the bottom line to all this story is, guys, and this is what I'm gonna tell you, be kind to someone, be kind to the next person. You don't know what demons they are fighting, because you see Maureen right here thinking her life is good, this is happening, but she's falling apart. But she has to stay strong. Because you see, like me, I have 2 little boys who look up to me. They can see their mother broken.
It's not okay.
Yes. And there's been so many instances whereby I found myself crying. And I remember I was feeding Lexi on his feeding chair. And you know, you cry and then you collapse on the chair. And he's just touching the back of your head. And you're like, what is this? And and for moms, you know, kids know when you're not in a good place. So I think it's about time we just started addressing these issues. Be kind. Let's stop this stigma around mental health. Everyone goes through some stuff, and I think there's also a lot of pressure in the society to be you know, certain way, and so we're not allowed to actually show our vulnerability. How has that been for you? Do you feel pressure to like just cover it up, be strong, you know?
No, not really. I'm like a big believer of the power of vulnerability. Because it's honestly in your hands. No one can take it away from you. But of course, you know, people will, like, who follow me on social media look at me like, I don't know how they look at me, but I don't think they've ever looked at me as that girl in a dark room on the floor crying, right? You know. So no, I believe in the power of vulnerability. I believe in the power of sharing your story, because you don't know what impact your story has, and everyone has a story, everyone does. So I feel pressure about other things, but not about this one thing. I think I felt some pressure to, you know, keep face and save face, because a lot of people look up to me. And I remember even receiving DMs from people who are also in bad situations, especially moms and women in bad relationships. And I would read their messages and I'm like, oh my god, I can't even help myself. How can I help you? From an empty cup. If I could go back a few 2-3 years ago and tell myself something, is just imagine, just be you. All this pressure, don't let it get to your head, and just keep your head up, because life is hard. It's hard and it's tough, and it can literally break you down. So just be you. And it doesn't even choose. I was just remembering when Chloe went through that really bad phase. I was like, this girl has millions. God, she could go to Bahamas. It doesn't matter if you have money or not. No, like it happens to anyone.
We're all going through the same kind of stuff. Just really just be kind to someone. Check up on your friends. Form groups of women who can lift you up, because I think I survived through my girlfriends, just like calling them and telling or disappearing on them, because me, I disappear on people. And they show up at my doorstep. We know where you live, what you doing, and sometimes it takes a moment of, let me just pull back, as you guys when I'm good to go, Yeah, and I think we're gonna be talking on how to cook on her channel. So yeah, I think we're going to end this vlog here. It was so amazing meeting this gorgeous girl. I came to her house, so and just discussing this vulnerable video. We are so sorry that it wasn't the usual fun video.
Sorry, but
yeah, we'll do more for sure. Yes, we'll do more for sure. But it's about time we spoke about mental health, guys. Come on. And there's also this stigma on social media. You know, don't believe everything you see. No one is posting their happy times. People going crying, they can put on makeup and look cute and everything. In fact, I think 70% of what you see is not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real at all.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being part of
Yay, let me just sit on someone's lap first.
Show your face.
Oh my god.
Wait, let me sit over here.
The last time I heard such a big person.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Didi, and I've been here like through this story that these guys were talking about. Yeah, and I was the audience, and then we actually filmed another mental health video with Sharon, so you should look out for that one on her channel. But basically for me, my channel is called Sincerely Didi, so if you're interested in like fashion,
wow, I'm gonna go now.
So if you're like interested in fashion, lifestyle, travel, uni life, I do all of that. And yeah, so my blog is sincerelydidi.com, but my YouTube channel is Sincerely Didi, and I also had a mental health story that I shared on my channel. So I think Maureen, you'll link it somewhere on your screen or something,
I'll do that, and
so that you can also learn to understand about, like, for me, what I was battling with was schizophrenia, and it's been like since April, but right now I'm still in the recovery process. But I shared my story so that you can be able to like what do you call it, like empower someone who's also going through the same thing. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the post notifications. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Okay.
AlphaBeta out.